Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. We are really happy to see you here again today. And in this video we are going to practice English together through a fun and natural conversation that will help you improve your speaking, listening, reading, and pronunciation skills at the same time.
Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining us, because this video is specially designed for English practice where you can listen carefully. Read the sentences on the screen, and repeat them with us so that your confidence in speaking English grows day by day.
The best way to learn English is by listening to natural conversations and repeating them. Because when you hear real sentences again and again, your brain slowly starts understanding the structure and rhythm of the language.
So relax, listen carefully, and practice with us because this simple method will help you learn new vocabulary, improve pronunciation, and understand how people speak English in real-life situations.
If you enjoy learning English with us, don't forget to subscribe to this channel so you can practice with Mike and Miley every day and slowly become more confident in speaking English.
Alright everyone, get ready for today's conversation, because today we are going to talk about a funny incident that happened earlier today. And trust me, it was one of the strangest and funniest moments of the day. So let's begin our conversation.
Miley, you will not believe what happened to me earlier today when I was coming back from the store. Because something so unexpected and funny happened that I was laughing about it for almost an hour afterwards.
Really, Mike? Now you've made me curious, because whenever you say something strange happened, it usually turns into a very funny story that I end up remembering for a long time.
Well, it all started when I decided to walk to the small grocery store near my house to buy some snacks. Because I suddenly felt very hungry while working and thought a short walk would also refresh my mind.
That sounds like a normal start to the story, so I'm guessing the funny part didn't happen at the store but somewhere along the way while you were walking there.
Exactly, because while I was walking down the street I noticed a small crowd gathered near the corner of the road, and people looked both confused and amused at the same time.
Whenever people gather like that on the street, it usually means something unusual is happening. So what exactly was going on there that caught everyone's attention?
When I got closer, I realized that a small dog was running around with someone's sandwich in its mouth, and the owner of the sandwich was chasing the dog while shouting in a very dramatic way.
Oh my goodness, that already sounds hilarious. Because dogs stealing food always create the funniest chaos, especially when the owner tries desperately to get the food back.
The funniest part was that the dog looked extremely proud of itself while running around, almost as if it knew everyone was watching and it was enjoying being the center of attention.
I can imagine the dog happily running around while the poor person kept chasing it, probably hoping to rescue what was left of the sandwich before it completely disappeared.
Exactly, and every time the person got close to catching the dog, it would quickly run in another direction, and everyone watching started laughing because the whole scene looked like a comedy movie.
I already feel bad for the sandwich owner, but at the same time I cannot stop imagining how funny that situation must have looked to everyone watching.
At one point the person tried to trick the dog by pretending to walk away, but the dog didn't fall for it and instead sat down proudly while chewing the sandwich slowly.
That must have made the situation even funnier because it probably looked like the dog had completely won the battle and was enjoying its victory.
Yes, and suddenly something even more unexpected happened because another dog appeared from nowhere and started chasing the first dog, probably hoping to steal the sandwich as well.
Now that sounds like a real comedy scene because the first dog probably had to start running again to protect its stolen prize.
Exactly, And now instead of one person chasing the dog, there were two dogs running around while people stood there laughing and watching the chaos.
I can already imagine everyone pulling out their phones to record the moment because situations like this rarely happen and they always make great stories later.
That is exactly what happened because a few people started recording videos while others tried to calm the situation by calling the dogs or distracting them.
Did anyone finally manage to rescue the sandwich, or did the dog finish eating it before anyone could stop it?
Unfortunately for the owner, the dog quickly finished most of the sandwich while running around, and by the time the person got close there was barely anything left.
That poor person must have been so disappointed because losing your food to a dog is funny later, but at that moment it probably feels quite frustrating.
Yes, but eventually even the sandwich owner started laughing because the whole situation had become so ridiculous that nobody could stay serious anymore.
Sometimes situations like that remind us not to take small problems too seriously because a funny moment can turn an annoying situation into a story everyone enjoys.
That's true, and what made the moment even better was that the dog finally sat down beside a bench looking completely satisfied with itself.
So basically the dog won the entire battle and walked away proudly after finishing the sandwich.
Exactly, and people slowly started leaving while laughing and talking about what they had just seen.
Moments like that make ordinary days much more interesting because you suddenly witness something unexpected that makes you smile.
Yes, and honestly I was still smiling while walking to the store because the whole situation looked like a small comedy show on the street.
Now I understand why you said it was a funny incident, because that really does sound like something you would see in a movie rather than in real life.
The funny part is that when I reached the store I was still thinking about the dog and I almost forgot why I went there in the first place.
That happens to me all the time when something unusual happens because my mind keeps replaying the scene over and over again.
Eventually I remembered that I had gone to buy snacks, so I quickly grabbed some chips and a cold drink before walking back home.
I'm sure the walk back felt shorter because you were still laughing about the incident in your head.
Yes, and when I reached home I told my family about it and everyone started laughing because they could easily imagine the whole situation.
Stories like that are the best kind of daily conversation topics because they are simple, funny, and something everyone can relate to.
Exactly, and that's why I wanted to share this funny incident with you today, because real life is full of small moments like this.
And talking about these moments is actually a great way to practice English because you can describe what happened step by step.